To Tales of Fumbles and Fortunes, week number 50, part the second.
Ooh.
So, our wonderful band of heroes known as Blade Guard have recently, I'm not going to go through the full recap, but just do the part last hour or so, got out of this old temple, came across some scouts, half the party managed to hide. SteamedChu played the "Oh, I'm a wounded damsel" card. Played it so well, in fact, that the three of the guards were cock-blocked, and one of them got lucky, managed to carry SteamedChu back to the camp, where he met with the commander, and she managed to worm her way into his company by, again, playing the swooning damsel. And over the course of the day and into the evening, through messaging and magic, Trim discovered that the ring on his finger was in fact a source of great evil and great magic, and was possibly corrupting him. And in the night, SteamedChu managed to convince the captain to come to bed and spend the night with her, to which he got thoroughly embarrassed because he exploded pretty much instantly. Cursed those natural ones on a constitution saving throw. Cursed them all. And with that, SteamedChu also managed to take the ring from him, take his finger off.
Yeah,
Not quite.
Wait a minute, I'm missing a finger. How is that possible? Either way, managed to take the ring off his finger without him noticing. As dawn woke, the captain had left you pretty early on, and one of the servants said to SteamedChu, look, I've given you fresh water to wash with. Here's some fresh towels, and what have you. If you need me, I'll be outside. And he tripped over himself on the way up. So, SteamedChu, what do you wish to do?
I will get dressed and conceal the wig. I suggested earlier down my trousers.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of brazenly. Well, not brazenly, I'll still sort of drag the leg slightly.
Yeah, make it look like the limp's still quite bad.
Sort of, ooh, ow.
Go ahead and give me a performance check on that one.
This is when they start going bad, the performance checks.
Nah, you'll be fine. This will be the natural 20.
Yep, there you go, 24.
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's a fairly convincing limp.
I feel sorry for SteamedChu, because obviously this guy exploded so quickly, she probably didn't really get much out of it.
This is why SteamedChu has men lining out the door, so she has plenty of chances.
Yes. There's plenty of soldiers out there.
Number one failed. Send in number two!
Yep.
Now serving number two. When you see some guy outside going, yay!
Everyone
Getting
sits
up.
there with tickets and now serving 34.
Oh.
Oh god.
Member number 35, to your entry point, please. Boom. Anyway, morning comes, you're dressed, you're limping out. The servant at the tent entrance, looks over to you and goes, would you like a walking stick or something today, miss, for your leg?
Oh, well, my initial thought was maybe I could have a bit of a longer walk and maybe stretch it out a little bit. If I could have somebody to hold on to.
Well, the commander put me in your charge today, so I shall happily follow you to where you wish to go.
Oh, well, brilliant. I was just going to have a walk. I mean, how am I going to find the others? Where do they pack up?
You don't know.
No, because Trim didn't tell me that, didn't they?
Nope.
Can I message SteamedChu? Really
Sending does have an unlimited range.
Unlimited range.
Yep.
Limited.
No,
Oh,
unlimited.
unlimited. Oh, right.
Unlimited connectivity.
Well, I was going to suggest having a walk. I was gonna say, oh, I'm gonna walk back towards the lake and have a bathe.
Oh wow.
Very well, madam.
You
He
know.
hands you like a walking stick for you to lean on. He disappears inside the tent, and he comes back out with a small satchel, and he has a short sword by his side, and says, "Just in case we get into trouble, and some fresh towels and clothes for you, my lady. They might fit. Might be
Oh
a bit-
yes, they might do.
might be a bit too big. They're meant for the commander, but I'm sure you won't mind a few clothes go missing."
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Thank you, dear. Yay. Right.
As you all wander off. For the rest of you, morning has come. It's bright. It's brisk. Trim, you send your message to Shinju, you know,
Yes.
for the morning thing of, we're by the lake, come to the
Come
lake,
and
we'll
find
come
us.
find you, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's else are you going to do? Are you going to just lie and wait for them to arrive? Are you going to go for
Obviously,
information?
I'd say we wait for Shinju to come back so we can sort of discuss like the information that we just found. And
Okay.
yeah.
That's fine. Just wanted to double check in case, like, you or Jin want to do something.
Okay.
Duathil just spends a good part of the early morning practicing his various martial art techniques, and he starts like passing the water with fist and kicks and everything else. Not quite Kamehameha yet, but he's getting there. One day, Duathil will be able to split the waves with a simple wave of his palm.
Cool.
But in the meantime, Shinju, you arrive at the lake's edge. There's quite a thick forest around it. A lot of small trees, not like grand oaks or yews or anything like that. They're a lot smaller in size, but it's dense enough that the servant, you know, walks you to the water's edge. He plops down the satchel, opens it out, and you know exactly what it is from looking at it. It's another bag of holding, but this is just holding towels, and he's pulling them out, and he pulls out a small tent, which is only about 10 foot square, big enough for you to get changed in peace and have some privacy. And after a while, he sets it all up and goes, there you go, milady, there's a tent for you to get changed in if you so desire. I'll just stand here and be on watch. And he turns his back to you to give you a bit of privacy.
Can I suggest that he keeps his back turned the whole time?
You can do indeed. Go ahead and cast that suggestion. Or you're just going to say, could you just stay that way?
Yeah.
A bit embarrassed after the last. It's up to you. You can either do the spell or you can do like a charisma check. Okay.
Oh, Kura's. Yeah, I was gonna say. No, do that. Do suggestion. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he is but a lowly little peasant boy. Yeah, the DM is on form tonight. He has not rolled above a 10.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Can
Yep.
I reply to Trim
Yes.
for them to come to me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking, you know, while his back is turned, I know it's not a very large tent, but if I'm stood
no,
inside
he's-
the tent,
He sits there and, yeah, of course, my lady, I'll give you all the privacy you need. I'm sure the commander is a lot more impressive to look at than I am, and just keeps staring off middle distance.
oh dear, when you're a little bit older, I'm sure it'll be much more impressive than him.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I just like them older.
you flatter me, but I've already got someone at home waiting for me. If we ever get back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It is.
you relay your
Yeah.
messages back and forth to each other with sending, saying, you know, look, I'm by the lake, I'm here, sort of giving you a good idea of where each other are.
Yep.
And it's as you disappear inside the tent to change, Trim and the others you guys come alongside, and you can see the tent. You can see the poor little servant whose hands, just in front of him. He's got his short sword ready, just staring off, enjoying the view, enjoying the peace and quiet.
Would it be worth doing this stealth check, or would he just not bother, because he's unable to turn around and see us or whatever?
You don't know if he's been suggested to or not, but he's currently, chilling.
Yeah, I would like to make a stealth check.
Go for it.
Ooh, lovely. 18.
Yep, you feel completely stealthy.
Nice. I suppose if you'd like to follow suit, now would be the time to do it. Yeah. Okay, so I would like to sneak into the tent.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, hey, yo, Shinju, what up? Hi. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, what? No.
Welcome to the crib.
Welcome to my really intimate crib.
Wow. Okay, so...
What's been happening up your end?
Well, we managed to, with I decided to detect some magic, and that ring was probably the cause for the...
You don't know that I have the ring. Oh yeah, no, you do know.
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah.
That ring is the cause of the commander having... his intentions are good, but somehow they got really corrupted. And that seems to be a dangerous object there.
Well, yeah, I gathered that, because I could tell. I saw that it was ever so slightly different from the rest of his attire.
I think Tom was saying something, but I'm not sure about the signal. Tom?
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was yawning a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I didn't know whether you had any input or whatever, or something like that.
Oh, sweet.
Oh. Well, I suppose we should. I suppose we could take it back to Umbreon and the rest of the Prime Dragons and see whether they know what this is.
I mean, yeah, that would be the safest bet, I think. Anything sort of dark, magical, at least, would be protected by the dragons.
Yeah, that's true. Did it look as if... Yes, question.
Mm-hmm.
Did it look as if, the commander's sort of demeanour has, sort of changed, as in he's not so,
To be fair, the last time I saw him, he was quickly putting on his trousers and leaving the room. So...
then we have no idea.
Yep.
Okay. Man. I wonder whether it's worth us sort of checking to see whether they're going to continue with sort of the siege, or whether things have changed. Because, we have an item that can cause a lot of devastation. But at
You
the
also
same
have a
time,
potion of clairvoyance, which could help.
Hang on a minute. I've got a Daisy trying to get in. I think she...
Oh, that's a very good point. We do have a potion of clairvoyance.
Yeah,
Mhm.
bear with. I'll be back in a sec.
Let's go.
Okay, so, who would like to have the potion of clairvoyance? And see what on earth is going on.
Who is brave enough to drink from this potion?
Don't rush in all at once, guys.
Right, it's either a choice of me, or Christy, or yourself, or we give it to Dorothy. It doesn't really get much of a choice.
Oh god, the description for this is horrifying, by the way. Just actually read the description.
Of the potion itself?
Yes, like what it
Like-
looks like.
Oh.
But if someone wants to drink it, I'll describe it to you. Otherwise, I'll let your
Right.
imaginations run wild.
Right, so... I mean, I don't mind.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay, so who wants to drink this potion of clairvoyance?
I don't mind doing it again.
You can do if you like. I don't mind.
Yep, drink potion.
Okay, as you pull out the potion, it is a yellowish potion. Probably about the same colour as Lucasade, which I've been drinking all night. But inside is an eyeball, which is Bob's. But as you pop the cap and drink it, the eyeball begins to sort of dissolve away and vanish. And with that, you now have access to the clairvoyance spell. So, you create an invisible sensor within 1 mile, in a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before. Or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. The sensor remains in place for the duration, and it can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with.
Very nice.
You can choose to see or hear through it, and you can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in space. As your action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. A creature that can see the sensor, but a creature can see it if they are benefiting from invisibility or true sight. So, where do you want to see? Where would you like your vision to be?
Where am I looking, Trim?
I suppose where the commander would be, so maybe in the commander's tent by now?
Yep. So I'll follow the commander around, basically.
Okay. As you pop into the commander's tent, you know exactly where it is, so there's no problem with it.
Yep.
He is in there, he is fully dressed, he's got a couple of his lieutenants, and he is livid. Completely livid.
I'm guessing because the ring's gone. He's only just noticed that the ring's gone.
Well, currently you are seeing. Do you want to switch to hearing? So you
Yeah.
can hear what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, as you switch to hearing, he's sitting there going, I can't believe this happened. Why did some bloody scout bring in some goddamn witch into my tent where she suggested to me to sleep with her, at which point she stole my ring. This entire thing's been a farce, and now for some reason I've been told we've been attacking Fort Iron Tower? Did no one correct my judgment? And he's just basically going on this massive tirade. He appears to have no memory of when he found the ring to when, like, he got removed. Only, like, short bits in between.
Yeah.
But he's more angry at the fact that he got played.
Yeah. I'll put it this way: I'm happy that at least that the attacks are gonna stop, and that we've not needlessly killed like someone under an influence or something. So
The only thing is that as soon as they go back to Fort Iron Tower, they're going to like attack the guys, and they're gonna have and they're just gonna be slaughtered.
Yeah.
what guys?
If the 10th Legion go back, they are going to get slaughtered, because Durathil also very kindly sent a message to Imperial just saying, hey, could you send a few members of the Black Shield to Fort Iron Tower to reinforce it? So Durathil basically sent in PC Paladins to reinforce the fort whilst you guys were away.
Now I feel guilty.
So any more raiding parties might get slaughtered. Just to let you know.
Part of me feels feels the need to go back and explain.
Well, I mean, it can still work. You can just like sort of pretend that you've changed or bathed already, and then we'll follow you, make sure you're safe, and see whether we can sort this mess out. Like, I mean, as far as anyone knows, they don't know that Jin, Durafil, and I are even there at all. As far as I know, it's just you.
No, I know.
Is
Would it be?
is
Sorry.
everything alright there, miss? Who are you talking to?
Oh,
Servant is still outside. Or have you... Did you... No, you didn't wander off, did you?
No, I didn't let him wander off.
Yeah, but you guys haven't wandered off either. You are inside the tent.
Yeah.
We are inside the tent.
He's only just outside.
Okay. So we're gonna sneak out and hide.
I'm gonna give you the ring as well. You lot,
that's a good
you
point.
lot the ring.
Yeah,
Because then he can't point me with a finger at me having the ring.
that's true. That's very true. Good plan. Yeah, I'll put the ring in the bag of holding for the time being.
Seems to disappear into the void.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So we're gonna leave you to it then, and
Okay.
we'll
Go
back
ahead
up.
and give me another stealth check, Trim.
Okay. Hopefully this will go well. Oh no. Oh no.
That's actually gonna...
Oh no.
Yeah, he would actually spot you with that. And unfortunately, suggestion would have worn off because clairvoyance is a concentration spell. So his suggestion, he's still active because he wants to be polite. But as soon as he hears you come out clanking with all your metal on, turns around and goes, "Oh, who the hell?" And he like scrambles for his sword and fumbles for it and draws it out. And,
Can I
The
use
lady?
whole person?
"Who are
Can
those
I
people?
storm for him then?
Oh god.
Who are they?
And I try whole person on him.
Why do you make me roll these saving throws?" He makes it!
No!
Roll the
No.
16.
Shit! I'll try hold person then.
He's not being aggressive, FYI. He's more stunned that
Oh,
from
Yeah.
the one person he was with,
right.
now there are 4.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Okay.
okay, don't panic. This has all been a big misunderstanding. It does look like something, but we've actually tried to save you.
Right, okay, but... So you're not in danger then?
No, it was you lot that were in danger.
Oh, thank goodness for that, and drops his sword instantly. Seems to sort of go into like a mini panic attack and stops deep breathing. Oh, I didn't want to get into a fight. I'm not one for fighting.
No, that's fine.
Thinking about it, this is a really strange thing because he is a dragonborn.
Yeah.
Big
Yes.
lizard, but a humanoid dragon, and he's having a panic attack. This is weird.
Oh.
Even Joe feels like this is so weird.
Aw.
You
Well,
see, other races have panic attacks, but not a dragonborn. This is beyond uncanny.
Okay, well we're not gonna hurt you first of all, because like my friend has said, you were the ones who were in danger.
How were we in danger?
Uh,
Oh god, don't tell me you're here to kill us.
sorry?
No. No, we're not going to kill you. As I said, we're not gonna harm you.
Did your commander by any chance find a shiny ring when you arrived here? Or before you arrived here?
Yeah, in the ruins south of here in the mountains.
Yeah, that wasn't sort of meant to be taken, and he's
So
been
it's a
sending.
cursed ring?
Yeah. It needs to go back to its rightful owner.
Oh god, and he tries to pull himself off the ground again. Like, I need to go tell him at once, and realises, oh, forgot my sword, and panicking, goes to fumble it, puts it back in the scabbard. We need to go tell him at once, milady.
Well, yes, that's the idea, but of course, don't really want him thinking that I'm lying.
Why would you think you're lying?
Well, I'm sure you heard what happened in the tent last night.
I heard some of it. I did leave once you and the commander were pre-coitus. I saw him storm out at post-coitus, and he seemed very, very angry and nearly killed the lieutenant.
Yes, which is exactly what we're trying to avoid now. But we shall go back towards the camp and try to explain the best we can before he kills anyone else.
Yeah, okay. I see where you're getting at now. Okay, so where've the rest of your friends been all this time?
They've been stealthing. They've not actually been in the camp necessarily, just sort of around it. They've been communicating with spells.
Just nearby. Yeah.
Okay then. Thinking about it, SteamedChu, how have you been dressed this entire time? Did you actually undress at all, or were you still fully dressed?
Well, yeah, no, I undressed. Oh, what, in the tent?
Yeah.
No, I never.
Okay.
Sort of undressed.
Okay, because my brain's like, well, how is he going to react at this point? Because if you were undressed, it's going to be like, oh my, anime style, blood fountain from the nose. Better might you cover up a bit, maybe get dressed a little. But no, that's fine. So you are fully dressed and everything. He goes, oh, well, in that case, we need to pull the camp down immediately and head back. And he just grabs a corner of the tent, pulls on like a small tag, and the entire tent just seems to instantly collapse back into about the size of an A4 pad. And he puts it in the bag of holding, puts a couple of the towels he got out for you, bundles it all up, throws it over his shoulder. I suppose we best head back to the camp immediately.
I suppose. I'm not sure whether the three of us should remain hidden or whether we should just come with you. Or
well, if you all come at once, your story might better flow with the captain or the commander, rather, not the captain.
Yeah, I suppose now you've been revealed, it's not so much of a.
So after a few minutes, you come back. You are, as you sort of approach, you're greeted by a couple of mounted soldiers who recognise the steward and SteamedChu and like, welcome back and everything. However, you three, pointing to Jurithil, Jin, and Trim, who are you? Why are you with them? Is this ransom? What's your purpose here?
I just kind of made up a potential excuse in the chat.
Oh god.
Christy will appreciate that.
The Cockney singer's a bow.
What horrors have I unleashed?
It's from Bill, and they sneak a load of Spanish assassins on a barrel cart when they're pretending to be Cockneys.
Step in time, step in time, step in time, step in time.
Yeah, essentially, and they just start singing about rolling barrels.
Roll your barrel in, mate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway.
We'll just say, if we can see the commander as soon as possible, we can explain all.
Yes.
And if not, we're the backing singers.
A barbershop quartet.
At which
We're
point
the
they
band.
pull their spears back and say, right, best come along then. They sort of force you into a formation where you got one guy in front, then the steward, then SteamedChu, then the three of you behind, and then the knight, another mounted soldier bringing up the rear. And you're all brought back before the tent, and the commander is outside waiting for you. And before he had a bit of colour to his face, like reddish, almost copper scales. Now they are like blood red, angry.
Oh dear. Shit.
Thanks the soldiers rather harshly. Tells the steward to get inside. But they come up with a good explanation as to what's going on. Stomps over to SteamedChu and goes, I do not like being used by women. Especially those who know how to use magic. You have exactly 3 seconds, and counting, to account for your actions, or I'll have my men arrest you, and then we're going to have a wonderful 4-way hanging.
We were trying to save you. The ring is cursed. It shouldn't have been removed. And we're trying to prevent you now going back, and the other's going to kill you. So you're under the influence of the ring.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I would like to give SteamedChu some guidance. Like, so, where is guidance? Oh,
Do you wish
never
to
mind.
add a d4 to that roll?
Wait, you said with advantage, so...
Indeed.
Yeah, so 24.
Yeah, I'm just saying if she wants to, she can add a d4 to that and knock it all the way up to a potential 28.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So what is it? D4?
Yep,
Yeah,
just
D4.
a flat d4. Power of cantrips.
There you go.
26.
26.
Very nice. And with the 26 in persuasion, the commander stops for a second. He takes a deep breath. Fine. I will listen to more inside of my tent. My steward is going to help corroborate your story. He turns around to the men and gives out in a booming voice, "There's not gonna be a hanging. Get back to your posts, get back to work." To which it was very collective, "Oh."
Why is it that I sort of thought now of South Park the musical, when they've got Terrence and
Yeah, Terrence and Philip.
Philip.
Yeah. And it's all going to be an execution. They're very upset by it. But they go back about the business. Some of the mounted units go off and go on some raids north. The scouts go hunting. Soldiers start forming up and start tearing down the encampment to move it to a more suitable location. But the commander brings you inside, all of you inside his tent. It's a really nice tent that he got time to look around for the rest of you. He's got a map on the table of a much more detailed layout of the area. So he's got like the lake to one side, the mountains, the ways to the forts, the temple you guys came through to get out here. And he sits you all down and says, "Would anyone like drink, food, bread, salt?"
What do you have on offer? Just
Well, take a look at the menu, please. What kind of specials do you have today?
It's a soup of
Yeah.
the day. Pies are available.
I'll
No, we
take
currently
the 64 Pinot Grigio, please, and
we currently have a 74 Merlot. No, he says like in a still a very stern way. I have either wine or water. I don't believe that serving ale to anyone is recommended. It tends to dull the senses quite a lot. And in terms of food, there is bread, dried meats, and salt if you so desire it.
Wine sounds good. Wine sounds good.
Somewhere behind me. I had a
Is a
prompt
cat?
for this. No, the cat's currently not in the room. I'm looking. I had a perfect chalice for this, so I could sit back and fully RP out the scene. But then, well, I have to make do with the can of Coke.
Okay.
So anyway, he leans back in his chair a little bit. He creaks under the strain. Right now, explain away what is going on. Because currently I have quite a large memory gap, and apparently you have an answer. What about this ring?
Well, I think Trim can probably explain that better right back at the beginning of her vision.
Okay. So, we were told that you had this crazy vision of something, and sort of ordered like some of your men to go up north, and during our sort of scouting effort, while my friend here acted as a distraction, I sensed a great evil from within that ring, and so much so that it was corrupting you. I know that I can tell that you're a good man. I know you have good intentions, but the ring seemed to have warped your conscience. And we only took the ring from you so that you would return back to normal, to what you were. Sorry, I can't speak English. Can't speak common.
Yeah, so basically, when we started off yesterday, we didn't know whether you were actually evil or whether there was something else
So
evil,
you're saying this
or whether
ring corrupted
working
me,
so on.
possessed me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So the safest thing in our mind was to try to get as far away from you as possible, in hopes that then you would return to normal and it was just the ring, and then no one would get hurt.
Well, I have come to my senses. There would be no reason in my right mind to order my troops to attack a fort with what I have. So whatever was possessing me clearly does not, or did not have access to a tactical mind such as mine, or even a tactical mind of its own, unless it had some larger scheme involved. Now, the only problem I have with my men is that we'll be branded as traitors for what we've done. So returning back to our families and our homes would be a little bit difficult. I myself will have my seat lost in the Senate. I would have lost pretty much everything, and upon my return I will be summarily executed.
Well,
And treated as a war criminal.
Well, if that would help, might I suggest we come along with you and explain to, the current captain of Fort Iron Tower. So
Yeah, because they were the ones that sent us after you, to be fair. So if we can come back with you, rather than...
It would probably ease the burden, though I am an honourable man, and I will explain my actions to my peers and members of the Senate, and they will they will judge me as per the Empire's decree.
I mean, I was going to say, would Trim's dad have any influence over the Senate?
Um,
not.
he
Nah.
has some, being a lord of a town and being an elected individual. From what you guys remember, though, when you're in the Senate, it's broken up by like
like different
it's already by
coloured.
class. I suppose it is by class, more by profession. So, the majority of the Senate is held by members of the military because it's based on a Roman Senate. So everyone there who is a member is either part of a noble military family or are people that have risen up from just basic soldiers and have currently got the ranks of a captain or a general. Somewhere around about there. Generals tend to be the more higher ranked kind of people. So he's somewhere between captain and general. Mages had their own thing, the merchants had their own thing. The Imperial family has a few seats as well, so they at least have some influence on what goes on. But really, any rules or judge were done by those that wore the black. And they are meant to be detached from everything.
Well,
If you recall, because when you were there, they were the ones that sat in seats behind you, said nothing, and just kept staring at you the entire time.
then we could go to Fort Iron Tower and explain, and we could act as witnesses during your trial if that's what you want.
It would be... He's thinking about it for some time, trying to collect his thoughts. It would be ideal if you came, as you are evidence for both sides involved, and maybe some of this mess might be resolved. And who knows, secrets might be unearthed and resolved.
Okay.
But
then
we will head back to Fort Iron Tower tomorrow. I've already called back all available troops. And then in the morning we shall strike camp. Any of my men that wish to stay may set up a small town here if they so wish. And I will take their personal effects back with me, along with the rest of my legion, and like previous legions we shall return home, not ashamed of being unable to set a foothold, but maybe redeemed for our actions.
Yeah.
At least get some closure. It was basically, once we realised what we'd done after taking the ring, was we thought we can't let you go back and walk into being hanged.
Good soldiers follow orders. Those that don't follow are traitors and do not deserve the pity as such.
But you weren't following. But you were not following orders out of your free will. You were corrupted, so.
Even so, I was still making a conscious decision. The fact I can't remember making them does not ease my guilt. In any case, I need to make the necessary preparations. You are free to help the soldiers in the camp as need be. Otherwise, we shall leave tomorrow.
All right then.
Yep.
I would like to help sort of soldiers in the camp.
Well, yeah, we all will take it.
Okay then. So you go around, you help some of the soldiers about the place. Some of them are really apologetic of what they've done, others are a bit less so. I feel like Tom was about to say something, and or was he yawning still?
No, I'm just no, I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay. Right, so following morning, the camp is in full swing in the bright dawn light. There was a slight mist hanging about the floor. It's, just a bit colder than normal. But most of the men have already packed up camp. A couple of the stewards and a few of the scouts are going to stay behind. And they're going to tear down the towers and the palisades, and they're going to go over to the area where Shinji was going to go and have a bath, basically. And they'll use the fresh water there to maybe start a small town or get a small community going. At least then they can make amends for what they've done in all this. And the commander leads you with his caravan towards Fort Irontown, and after a few hours you approach the fort, and he waves his banner just to announce his return. He enters with a couple of his lieutenants. His troops stand outside. What do you guys do? Because currently the guards are at the gate, kind of waiting on to see what you will do.
I'm guessing that we try to go in with them.
Yeah, they don't stop you.
Yeah?
They don't let any other soldiers in. They let the commander, 2 lieutenants, and you guys in, basically.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a question of, do you guys go in, or do you guys wait outside to see what goes
No,
on next?
we will go in.
No, we're going in.
We're going in, yeah.
Okay then. You guys enter the fort. It's been repaired since you guys left. Not to the best of states, but at least it's better than what it was. The 2 Dragonborns sit there and speak back and forth in Draconic, and I think anyone that can understand them is Durathil at this point.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. So he gives you like a quick translation of, he's surrendering his forces to the captain's control. He's going to hold himself fully accountable for their actions, and he's offered to be bound in irons. He'll go to the nearby fort of Diva Vitrix, which is not too far from where you guys are currently. Because that's the big military base in the region, really, besides the fort, where he'll be incarcerated, and then from there he will be transported back to the capital for trial. And also that you 4 are there to be sent as witness and evidence and various other things, but you are to be treated as military heroes for what you've done, because you've pretty much avoided the start of a civil war.
Wow.
With your actions. Well, if he took over the fort, he could have taken over Condate and then moved on to Diva Beatrix pretty quick.
Yeah.
Fort Iron Tower does hold a lot of any northern threats back.
Yeah.
So he's done good. You've done good in that regard.
Yes.
And
stopped a civil war with a pair of boobs.
Yes. Oh my god.
Normally it's a pair of boobs that start the civil war. It's not the ones that ended.
Well, there are exceptions.
Yeah. History, I think, may not remember it as such. But anyway. Again, you want to be treated with military honours and everything else. But as they're discussing this, Durathil is approached by 3... Well, 2 of them are Dragonborn. One of them looks to be a human. Maybe some sort of half-dragon. Seems a bit weird. But they are clad in full black plate armour with black tower shields and pikes and everything. And they go to him and they sort of give this militaristic spear slam and like a pseudo salute as best they can. And they say they are members of the Black Shield. They're here to escort Durathil wherever he needs to go.
Yeah, I mean, she came down. Wanting sort of try and get in here, like, to come and find me. So she went straight out. I gave her a cheeky.
So does this mean you're... Yeah, so I asked her if I
We've got a lot of cross communication going on here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's Shinji's talking to someone. I think Tom's fallen asleep.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I'm still here.
Okay. You're feeling heavy. I thought, oh, you fell asleep.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah. After they sort of like had words with Durafil, like, hey, so what were they talking to you about, Durafil?
Well, they were the reinforcements I asked Umbreon for, and yeah, they got here. Unfortunately, Umbreon wants to see us as soon as possible. There's no, no rush on it. He's kind of aware of what's been going on, but I think, well, once we've done this, we should go and see Umbreon really quick.
Oh, of course.
Apparently,
Can we see him on the way?
But I think we need to deal with this first, go through the whole trial thing, and then we'll catch up with Umbreon and the others.
Yeah, sure.
Apparently he's got some... he's been building some new things, and I think he's got something for each of us.
Okay.
From like, the list of things. Anyway.
Well, we'll finish the task in hand anyway.
Yeah.
Indeed. And we shall finish that next week. As... that is a good time to end it, because we're getting close to the end of the stream.
Yeah.
And everything needs to be done next time.
Yeah.
So, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and leave a comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and the ding little bell so you know when these VODs go live. If you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button, give us a like, share it with your friends, let us know that the D&D show does exist and it's you guys that give me the energy to keep going. And you guys as players as well. You give the majority of the energy. I need everyone's energy to keep going. So,
but
I do the whole Goku hand raise, but my hands go off the edge of the camera.
No, but to be fair, none of this energy would have been collected had you not have decided to look for it in the first place. So yeah, like this was mostly down to you, man. So
we will keep it going.
Yes,
we're determined. We're determined to see it through.
Yes.
All right then. And with that, we shall close out tonight's game, and we shall see you all next time. Farewell, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.